Okay, on this clip what we're going to be doing is taking the information that's now in front of us and reporting on it using filters, sorts, using our tables and also the views. So the first thing I'm going to start with is the table area. The table you can see is made up of line, name, duration, start, so a predefined set of columns. You can add as many columns as you like, just right-clicking, add column. These are the column headers, and underneath each of these headers you can find the actual columns. So date, progress, costs, etc., etc. So for example, if we were going to add a new notes column, we go into notes and it'll add the column to the table. This table definition properties box pops up and it allows you to make changes to that column if they're needed. We don't need to make any changes now. The column itself can be moved around just by looking for the little Boyle suite. Now you can save your own tables. Now we're creating quite a basic table here, but if I wanted to save this table with a notes column in, what do I then do is go to Table and Save As. I can call this my notes table. There's categories as well you can put them under. So if I choose tasks and OK that. What I've now got under table is a number of categories, tasks being the one that I've saved it into. You can see that the software comes with some predefined tables anyway. There's mine. If you want to go back to the default sits at the top here, and that takes you back to the standard line, name, duration, start and finish. Along with this tables, in this group area here, we have filters. So the information currently shown by different colours, if you wanted to filter by the contractor, we can filter using codes. Which code? I can choose Acme Builders as my trade that I want to filter on, and I'm now looking at their work and just their work. So I can now print this off and they can then see what they're doing. Remember what we did on one of our last clips. Under Format, if you don't want to show certain information, you can click on these buttons and they just hide the information, showing only what you want them to see. Then we can come out of this filter, but you'd have to put all of the formatting back on again. Along with filters, underneath the View tab, we have sorts. Now whereas a filter will pull out specific codes, what a sort will do, in this particular one I'm going to choose, I'm going to sort by trade, contractor and start. And so that sorts it into individual contractors. Now the default is the ones without any on it, so I'll close that one up. But there we've got all of Acme, DD ground workers, etc., etc. You'll notice there's a dotted line underneath each one, so that's a page break. So if you were to print this off, there's a little tick box underneath the print dialog which says print each page break. So you'll get that on a separate page, that on a separate page, etc. If we click on the button at the bottom, that turns the filter off. Now collectively in front of you, what you have with the table, with the bar chart on the right hand side, any filters or any sorts that you're currently viewing or running, this is called a view. So to give you a basic understanding how this view works and how you can make a benefit of this, is if I go to Format and turn off what I was just showing you, so I'm left with just the tasks. If you wanted to then save that as a view, I'm just going to tidy it up a little bit, let's pull that across also. Then under the View tab, we have Save As. So we click on Save As, and we're just going to call it our simple view. Now likewise, we could have chosen a category like we did with the tables. I'm going to choose not to this time, just so you can see where it would go. And I'll click on OK. What I've now got, if I go back to my View button here, is that the simple view is showing ticked, but if I go to the bar chart view, then this was the default the last time I saved it. Now I just need to unwrap all of my summary bars so I can see them all. And if I just press my Save button now, you can see the bar chart with all the links and the critical path showing, and my simple view without them showing. But they are both the same thing. Now just to show you what I mean by that, is if I take my tab and just drag it down, I can horizontally tile my screens so you can see one view, well, both of my views showing. Now that's just so I can show you, if I was to increase a task, it increased in both of the views at the same time. If I close it down here, it closes it down there as well. Very, very useful if you've got a very large project and you're trying to look at two separate areas of the project in one go. I'll drag that tab back and we've now got the two separate tabs.